I'm going to briefly discuss a tactic with you that is a preferred tactic of covert narcissists, and is their use of something called the word salad. The overt narcissist thinks that they're awesome and that they deserve special treatment, and generally speaking the world agrees with them. The covert narcissist thinks that they're amazing, but generally speaking the world does not agree with them, and they actually represent two separate strategies. The overt strategy would be, fuck you, I'm taking this because I'm amazing and you're my slave. The covert strategy would be, oh please let me have that because I'm in a lot of pain and I need that more than you, and I'm really a good person but I'm the victim of some terrible tragedy, give me the thing that I wanted the entire time, wheedle wheedle wheedle. So one is a more confident state, one is a deeply insecure state. One can afford to be brash and bold and arrogant with their agenda and say, yes, I want to take over the world. Why? Because I'm the superhero and I represent the super race and this is what we need. The other one would have to use much more sneaky means to get people to go along with that, and they would have to lie their ass off in order to get there. So the covert narcissist wakes up, thinks I'm fucking amazing, and one of the first things they see after waking up, or they'll be reminded of, is something that reminds them that the world doesn't agree, that they're amazing. I'm always the biggest victim in the room, no matter what happened to you, or no matter what awful thing I did to you. Something that you did to me that you didn't realize you did to me made me feel even more emotionally worse. Frequently you will be accused by the covert narcissist of doing the very thing that they themselves have already done and worse. They're constantly receiving narcissistic injury from the external environment, but also from themselves. The superego is always disappointed in them and always judging them for failing to receive the entitled treatment and the narcissistic supply they truly believe they deserve. They're more frequently quite emotionally labile. If you're a true overt narcissist and you're in an overt narcissistic state and you're cornered having lied about something, then the truly overt narcissist answer would be, yes, I lied, because you can't handle the truth. Or simply, yes, of course I lied, you idiot. Did you really think I would tell you the truth, you fucking, yeah, of course I lied to you. You're an idiot. Why would I ever tell somebody like you the truth? Because they're constantly walking around town at full pace with a really intense look on their face with their crackhead mates looking for the next hit. We can find a little bit of something over here and then we find a little bit of something over here, but we've got no money and we can't afford good gear, so we're always jonesing for the next fix. A fragile narcissist or a vulnerable narcissist? A narcissist with a very fragile sense of self and a very fragile, therefore, grasp of reality and self-image, and the vulnerable narcissist, where there will be many ostentatious displays of vulnerability. I'm such a victim, I'm so weak, I would never do the thing that I just completely, totally did. How do you defend yourself? And they go, what? Steal the chocolate milkshake? I would never do that. It's on your face right now. I would never steal somebody's chocolate milkshake. I'd never do that. What is this? It's a split. It's a splitting away from the shameful act. So the covert or fragile or vulnerable narcissist actually feels a ton of shame. They're constantly living in shame for their grandiose fantasies. This is why some researchers have said when you're looking at the clustering for the traits that we would test for that would define borderline personality disorder, oops-a-daisy, it looks like they're right inside there for vulnerable narcissism. What about the word salad? Word salad is when you just spew a series of words that actually don't really connect to each other, nor do they connect with the question or the conversation that led them to come to that. And it was used to define the way people who'd been diagnosed with schizophrenia would sometimes speak. They would speak sentences and they were clearly trying to express themselves, but the brain couldn't process and apply a proper syntax. So they're trying to speak and what comes out is just dissociated little clips and bits of phrases about different things, and it's just garbage. It doesn't mean anything. What are the two advantages for the covert narcissist for using word salad? Number one, it can make it seem as though you are answering the question whilst you are not. So the flow of any conversation would be you speak, I speak, you speak, I speak. Hyper-competitiveness, meaning they can turn anything into a competition. If you start to raise the issue of empathy with them and say, hey, maybe you could be a little more empathic to how I feel, or to how that waiter feels, or to how your friends feel when you speak to them like that, what they will do is they'll turn that into a competition over who has more empathy and who's the more empathic person. Oh, so you're putting yourself above me for empathy. Well, fuck you, I'm fucking 10 times more empathic than you, buddy. The two things that word salad lets them do, it lets them seem like they're answering a question, like they're hitting that beat in the conversation or in the interrogation. It's a ping pong game. They just have to keep playing it back to you. The second thing it lets them do is it lets them covertly manipulate your state. There's two subsections here. One is, I can control your state and generate confusion. By using word salad, linguistic ambiguity, I induce a state of hypnosis way, positive confusion, which then allows the brain to sort of go into the submissive state of, I don't really know what he's saying, I'll let the embedded commands go in. I'm not saying everybody with narcissistic personality disorder has a great understanding of NLP, they don't, but they seem to have an understanding of manipulation through language and patterns of behavior that they all share. So word salading induces confusion and helplessness, which makes the other person kind of give up, and it also makes them more open to suggestion. So the two things it can do, one is induce confusion and helplessness. The second thing it can do is the covert narcissist can use word salad for blatant provocation of negative states. If I just use word salad to whatever question you ask me, eventually you'll feel helpless, annoyed, and you'll be like, fuck it, I just give up. Fine, you win, and you'll move on. So you can word salad in order to provoke as well. Fantastic tool, frequently used, watch out for it. Final point, one thing to look out for with covert narcissism is flip-flopping between 2 or 3 personalities. If somebody has overtly narcissistic traits and you take them for what they are and you keep them at a distance, it doesn't have to hurt. A covert narcissist, what should you do with a covert narcissist? You won't know until you're in pain. Covert narcissism is usually something that is dealt with post hoc. You've gone down the road with them already and you're like, oh fuck, you have stolen both my kidneys. I need them. I want you to be aware of these things, but word salad is a very, very common tactic, so please be aware of it, watch out for it.